And with that, the 2022 season comes to an end. Good night.
Well, wherever you are in the world, I hope you missed me. I'm glad to be back, and the reason I'm saying I'm glad to be back is because I've actually been locked out of YouTube the last week or so. So I did take a little bit of a break after obviously the Olympia to enjoy Christmas, New Year's, all that type of thing, and I was going to come back nice and strong with a brand new video kind of going through my whole plan of 2023 with you guys. And then on the 5th of January, my YouTube got hacked. So that plan kind of went downhill, and I was really worried because obviously I didn't know if I was going to be able to get my YouTube back. It was my Google account that actually got hacked, and then Google and YouTube are linked together. So if your Google account gets hacked, your YouTube will most likely get hacked as well, and vice versa. So it was really frustrating because I didn't know if I was going to get it back or not, but we luckily did. It was only down for not even down, it was just, I couldn't log into it for around 6 days or so, and then it's all fine. Everything's now double security locked, password up, and all that type of thing. So very happy to have it back. So thank you guys for being patient with this update and all that type of thing. But this is the update you've all been waiting for. What is going on with 2023? What are we doing in the new year? What are our plans? What are our goals? What are we working towards? So right now, I'm currently, well, tomorrow, I'm 7 weeks out from the Arnold Classic 2023 in Ohio. So very, very excited. That was one thing that I was very unsure on whether or not to apply for. The cutoff point was on December the 1st, so that was one thing I had to decide on before the Olympia, which I do think is a bit of a hard decision, like making that decision before the Olympia, because sometimes after you've competed, you realize like, no, I need a little bit of more of a break, versus when you're in prep, you think you can do more shows than you can. So for me, I was like, I don't know whether to apply or not, and I knew I would regret not applying if I didn't apply. So I applied and was like, right, I'm happy to, I know that I'm gonna do the Arnolds after if I get an invite, so let's just try and keep it on track and make sure that we keep, pushing forwards from there. So we did that, and only a week ago, which was at 8 weeks out, which to be fair was very, very close. Obviously the Olympia finished on the 17th of December, a week before Christmas, and everyone was expecting to hear from the Arnolds whether or not they got an invite before Christmas, and we only just heard a week ago. So it was really intriguing to see that, it was they only gave us 8 weeks notice, especially after Christmas, after New Year's, all that type of thing. People were kind of like, what do I do? Me and Adam were definitely like, what do? We don't know whether to go into an off season, or we don't know whether to, carry on dieting and carry on keeping it tight and all that type of thing. But we got the call, we got the email, we got the tag on Instagram that we are in for the win, which is exciting. So there's only 9 athletes doing it. There was 10, but one lady, India Paulina, has pulled out because she wants to kind of like keep moving and improving for when she next gets back on stage, which I think is a really, really good thing. And I think a lot of people with this Arnold is kind of realizing and doing that as well. well. Like there's quite a few bodybuilders that have pulled out saying like, look, I'm gonna do the same. Like I'm gonna focus on being better for next time, because 8 weeks isn't really enough time. So hopefully next time what Arnold will do is kind of have a little bit more, give the athletes a little bit more time, maybe a 16-week period or like an 18-week period, so you can kind of physically be in a prep versus 8 weeks. But no, I'm very, very excited. So obviously right now, like I said, tomorrow we are 7 weeks out. We got back to Dubai the day of, well, the day before New Year's. So we landed on New Year's Eve and we celebrated New Year's Eve like in the kitchen or just in the living room, which was quite fun. But there was a lot going on. Like I was very, very ill. Like the last video that I made, you could already hear in my voice I was like coming down with something. And then 2 days after Christmas, I got so sick. So we had to delay our flights to coming back to Dubai, coming back home, which was fine because it was nice to spend time with family and stuff. But we also were like, we just want to get back into routine, getting back into the swing of things and one other thing. So it was a little bit difficult, but I felt better a few days, like kind of a few days of resting. Didn't go to the gym that many times when I was in the UK because I was so sick, and because there was limited times for the gyms in the UK. Like the only thing with the UK is when there's like seasonal holidays, like there's such a short time period for like going to the gym or anything like that. So that was a little bit of a struggle, and I know there's excuses and stuff like that, but it is what it is. So came back and we've now been on prep, or back on prep for another week, which has been great. Currently right now, I'm gonna share on the screen with you now what I'm currently looking like. So I feel like I'm a little bit softer than I would like to be compared to what I was before. And Adam likes to remind me that, remember, obviously before, we were very ahead with our prep beforehand, which was great. It was a really, really amazing opportunity to be that far ahead for the Olympia. But my feedback was for the Olympia that they wanted to see me a little bit fuller. So they want to see me with a little bit more roundness to my shape everywhere. So mainly my upper body, which is quite surprising because a lot of the times that in the past, a few years ago, my feedback has been, you know, you need to improve, you need to bring down your shoulders, you need to have less upper body, you know, fullness. Now it was like, okay, we want a little bit more upper body fullness. So it was really interesting to see that type of feedback. I personally feel, after looking back at all of my photos from the Olympia and just looking over my shape over and over again post Olympia, I can see what they mean. So looking at Maureen, for example, and then looking at my shape, I can see the type of roundness they're wanting. So I feel like at the moment before, because we started prep so early, because we wanted to make sure we nailed the conditioning that we've always desired on a stage like this, we kind of came in looking a little bit, not small, but a little bit flat. So I feel like we lost a little bit more of my bubbly muscle that I usually do have when I'm on stage. So I do feel like that having a slightly shorter dieting period is going to help remain that kind of fullness, if that makes sense. So, but I'm just a bit worried that I'm now not going to get the conditioning. So it's kind of a catch-22 when it's trying to get both fullness and conditioning. So I feel like we're definitely on the right track. I personally feel a little bit behind, but like I said before, Adam was like, you're not behind, you're on track, but it's just a case of obviously bringing in the conditioning. We don't want to bring in the same conditioning as the Olympia. We want to bring in slightly less, but with more fullness. So we don't want to sacrifice too much conditioning. We want to sacrifice a little bit for muscle fullness. So we've been eating a good amount of food, lifting really nice and heavy, which has been great. I feel now that my muscles have filled out a lot more. Like before, obviously I was very small, very tight, which is obviously exactly what I needed, but I do feel like I lost a lot of my fullness. I felt very, very small and like petite. So especially because I'm a tall athlete, I'm 5'8", I need to make sure that I don't lose too much fullness or else I look very long and too slim, which is what we don't want. So improvements we're going to be making from now until the Arnold stage is mainly going to be muscle fullness. So making sure that we're bringing the same conditioning or similar conditioning to what we brought at the Olympia, and then with fuller muscle belly. So more food, a little bit more heavy training. Like I said, my main feedback from Tyler and Sandy was upper body fullness, and I'll put the screenshots on the screen for you now of what Sandy, head judge at the Olympia, said to me through email. She said that she wanted to see a little bit more upper body fullness, and she actually compared me and Maureen next to each other, which was really cool that she kind of like took the time to like have those pictures and say, look, this is what I'm talking about. Just having a little bit more roundness in overall all of my muscle bellies pretty much. So really excited to kind of do that within this prep. And then after this prep, I'm going to be taking a nice long off season before Olympia 2023, which is the beginning of November. So very excited to be able to do and show everything like that for you guys. So right now my current body stats is I am around 8 pounds up from my stage weight of the Olympia, which isn't much for me, to be fair. I'm currently right now, we're almost 4 weeks post Olympia, so we're around 8 pounds up, which is a good amount because obviously I've been eating more food, obviously post Christmas, all that type of thing, and my body's filled out. You know, I've gained a little bit of body fat, which is absolutely fine. We've regained a little bit of fullness. We've gained a little bit of more energy back, more energy to be able to push throughout my sessions, all that type of thing. So this is all good gain in my eyes. So I'm happy with, you know, what my shape and stuff is looking like. So 8 pounds up at the moment. Waistline, we've gained around 2 inches on my waist. I usually tend to hold a lot more on my lower back and the back of my glutes. So my glutes right now are around 38 inches and my waistline is around 24 inches versus on stage my glutes were 35 and then my waistline was 22. So it's just a case of bringing that in just a little bit harder, and Adam seems to think that we are going to bring that in nicely, coming down a good amount versus kind of being ready too early and maintaining, because that's what he didn't want me to do. He didn't want me to maintain that shape because he knew I would lose a lot of my fullness, which is what happened a little bit going to the Olympia, if that makes sense. So we're very excited to kind of see what happens moving forwards with that, and then we can kind of go from there. But that's pretty much it. This video was literally just an update video to kind of give you guys what was going on, because obviously it's been Olympia video and then nothing, and obviously you guys have been like, what's going on? So I was hacked. We've been invited to the Arnolds. We're in 2023 now. We're looking forward to being back at the Arnolds. Comment down below if you're actually going to be at the Arnolds, because I'm really excited to kind of be back at the Arnolds. And for me, the Arnolds is very special because I know the Arnolds of 2022 was a shape that I didn't bring my best to. So for me, this is redemption. I want my Arnold's 2023 shape to be completely different to what I brought last year. So we're gonna do everything we can to bring that shape and bring back that redemption. So I can't wait to be able to do that. I'm very excited because there's, you know, the girls that have been invited, I'll put the list on the screen for you now, are absolutely incredible. And for me to, again, be stood on that stage with these girls, it's a dream come true. So I'm very, very excited to be here again. Really excited, and I can't wait to share this journey with you again. So let me know if you guys want to see anything particular from now until the Arnolds, what you want to see, what you guys want me to, you know, show you on this journey and all that type of thing. So I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for always watching. Please remember to like and subscribe to my channel because it really helps support my channel. And today I just released my first posing seminar that is going to be happening on the 28th of January, literally in 2 weeks, in the UK, in London. If you want more details, click the link in the description box below to have a look at the details and get booking your tickets, because we have very, very limited spaces. But I will be in the UK in 2 weeks time, and then I have a very special announcement whether or not it's not 100% confirmed yet, but what I'll be doing in February. I'm actually going to Paris in February, so also comment down below if any of you have ever been to Paris, any touristy things, any fun things to do in Paris. I will be in Paris for 3 days with my family, just having a little vacay. So please comment down below any, you know, suggestions you have that we have to go and see, must-haves, all that type of thing. I'd love to kind of like know what to do when we're going in Paris. So, but then after Paris, I might not be returning back to Dubai, so I might be going somewhere different. So I will let you know on what that is in another video and give you more updates back then. So, but for now we're in Dubai and I'm very excited to be back. So I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for always watching. Please remember to like and subscribe to my channel because it really helps support my channel, and I will see you in the next video.